So he'll be nervous as well. There's all sorts of anxiety, but the season starts for Adelaide and Sydney. Well, Naismith did well to get his hands on that one after being bodied. Crouch from Sloane, they're deep, they're one-on-ones there, and Taylor Walker takes the mark. Just to remind us of what he can do up forward.
They got Frampton, they got Walker, and they got Lynch. If they don't mark it and it comes to ground, it's going to be the same as last year. It's going to run out pretty quick.
He still managed to kick 43 goals last year, and he's got one today.
Blown a couple of opportunities in the forward 50 at this stage. The Swans, haven't they, Mark?
I was just going to say, boys, Adelaide forward line very different to Sydney. They've only got big McCartan up there. The rest is small and fast. And I mean, Blakey's tall, but he's very quick. So opposite forward lines.
Well, speaking of Fogarty, takes the mark. 10 games in the AFL in 2018. He spent most of last year in the SANFL, but came back at the end of the year, kicked 8 goals across 2 rounds. It's a thumping kick. The goal umpire walks across and says, yep, that'll do. Now Crouch. And Lynch doing what he does best to connect between back and front. Lynch eventually heard the call. Oh, good take from Davis. Ben Davis in his second game, a wobbly kick forward. Murphy slightly overcommitted, but Walker's going to kick his second goal, and didn't he enjoy that one?
See if they can find connection given the pressure on from the Swans.
Now, so you don't mind if Seaman's kicking the ball, if Miller is kicking the ball, if Brodie Smith's kicking it, you don't mind that style.
Oh. Big presence from O'Brien. Off to Lynch. He's capable from there. He knew it, and so do we all. Lovely goal for Tom Lynch. On his own in game 200. From the heart of the Adelaide Oval. Deep to full forward. The fist was prominent from Mills. Reardon versus Murphy. Murphy wins out. Stengel in that number 18 turns around and kicks another goal. They can't miss.
Well, this is amazing.
And he is roosted out of there. Talia intervened though. Miller trying to get creative with Bryce Gibbs. Laird with a kick into the 50. He's well placed to take the mark. And it's Atkins who's going to line up from 30 metres out.
Pretty hard to confuse those instructions from the umpire. Couldn't be more clear.
Played 20 games last year. 6 goals, 9 he kicked. So accuracy wasn't there, but it is now. That's 6 straight.
It's really good inside 50. So Adelaide are going to have to try and change whatever they're doing at the moment. They're getting badly beaten in that area.
As we saw too, being dominated in the tackle count.
That's right. So this is a really important opportunity here for Adelaide because Sydney have surged, they've lifted, they've taken the game away from Adelaide. They need to take these opportunities.
So Rory Sloane stepping up for the proverbial captain's goal.
Yeah, baby!
Don't you love a yeah, baby? That was fantastic. I'm not sure who it was, Jason.
Miller up. Brad Crouch steps on through. And he honours a tough lead. Brodie Smith.
That's a great mark.
Parker a hard man to move aside. Siegeman the tackle, Lynch, and now Sloane again. He did well not to panic, and O'Brien got a chance to kick to the leading forward. That was beautifully executed. He'll take his best kick.
Good looking kick.
It did look good off the boot, didn't it? And it holds its line. It got its length. And a much-needed one for the Crows.
So some of the decisions. It's amazing how often... Oh, great chase, Lachlan Murphy.
Awake enough to get a handball. Papley's kick is wiped out in the Lynch smother, and he wants the ball. He sockers it back to the middle, as you saw. Fogarty provides the link. Now Davis is charging. Oh, and then he stumbles in the tackle from Lloyd. He's legged, the umpire said.
Oh, it was a great chase from Jake Lloyd.
That's 50.
Smart. That was smart there from Davis to just run across towards Kennedy.
Was Lloyd stiff to give away a free kick there for the chase down?
Yeah, and John Longmire's not a fan of that decision.
Hasn't kicked a goal in AFL football. Picked 75 in the 2016 draft. His debut against the Cats last year. It's a big moment for him and for the Crows. And he is right up to it. Well played, Ben Davis.
Normally there's a couple of players smart enough to realise that, but the others don't.
Well, so much riding on this for Adelaide. They get a second chance, and Lynch snatches it. He puts it through, and this is very much game on. Urgency is apparent. 10 points the margin. A minute 50 to go. There's an opportunity here. Frampton was quick with the hands, and so was Crouch with the foot, and now hugged into the chest. Oh, what an opportunity this is for Chase Jones. The clock stands at a minute 20. Chase Jones stands at 35. He stands at 30, and now he can stand with arms raised and fist pumped. 65 seconds on the clock. O'Brien, it's a long way down. They were sweating on him. Sloan, what an inspiration. The drag down tackle. Crouch to Smith. They're going to get their shot here at glory. And talk about glory. Taylor Walker. Taylor Walker, he's no longer the captain, but he's still a leader. The clock ticks down to 24 seconds. This kick is big in every way, but it fades. It fades to the right.
Oh, gee whiz.
That would have been theft, Kingy. Serious theft.
But time has run out for the big steal, and the Swans instead have beaten the Crows. They've travelled to the Adelaide Oval. They've got their first win of the season, and what a win it was. It went all the way to the wire.
Oh, cracking game. Both teams burst out of the blocks. The finishing in front of goals was outstanding, and as is always the case, joy for one team and despair for the other.